Let's start with the political news today about fundraisers at Parliament House. Now, ahead of next fortnight's budget, the Prime Minister has moved to ban political fundraisers from being held inside Parliament House. The move was a pre-election demand from a couple of independents, Helen Haynes, Zali Steggall, and it comes into effect next week. Now, fair enough, you might say. Well, there's more to it. To explain just that, let's bring in my panel. Former Resources Minister, MP for Hinkler, Keith Pitt, and former Liberal MP, Sky News host, Gary Hargreaves. Well, gentlemen, welcome. We'll start with this brouhaha about funding on budget night and events in Parliament House. Keith, the PM said he's made these changes because of the dignity of Parliament House. He said we've got to maintain the dignity, but it's all right for Labor because they've got their union millions, and these teals have got the climate lobby. He's targeting your mob here, isn't he?
Peter, great with you. Downtown Burnett, Riverside at the Bundaberg Rowing Club. But that's exactly right. Labor has the unions, the teals have the climate billionaires, and for the rest of us, we're just out asking hard-working Australians that support our values to help us raise enough money to run campaigns. You can't run campaigns without funds. And the other thing is you've got all these people who actually rely on that work in Parliament House. Peter, I know you know how many are in there. There's thousands of individuals at dinners. That is a lot of catering, it's a lot of support services, a lot of security. It's a big chunk into the economy in the ACT, which is now lost.
What's the problem, Gary, if it's known, the ticket price, if it's declared, if it's all inside the rules? What's wrong with having a fundraiser at Parliament House?
Well, nothing at all. But you see, the problem is the Prime Minister has now set up Madam President Sue Lines and Mr Speaker Milton Dick. He set them up because they are the presiding officers for all senators and for all members. They're not just the presiding officers for the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is too experienced a Member of Parliament. He's been there for 26 years. He was elected the same day I was, back in 1996. This bloke should know that the Parliament doesn't belong to the Prime Minister. The Parliament belongs to the people. And each member of Parliament is in themselves a leader from their local community. They've come there representing the people. And for the Prime Minister to interfere in this way and to say to the Speaker, oh, by the way, mate, look, this is what I want you to do because we're going to, stuff up the libs and stuff up the nats. Well, that is just simply wrong. It is the sort of stuff that revolutions have been fought over in parts of history. So, Peter, there is a fundamental test here for the Speaker and the President of the Senate. Do they work for all Australians or do they just work for the bloke in the biggest office in the building? That's the big issue here, and it's a big test for them.
Whoever next has Bronwyn Bishop on, you might ask her, when she was often asked by the Prime Minister's office, Peta Credlin, she reminded me of exactly that point. She is the Speaker of the House at that stage, and she doesn't take dictation from the Prime Minister or his office. She's right.